as we dive into the country-wise, region-wise focus on RCN. In order to chair this session for us, I would now like to invite on stage Rotarian Mr. A.K. Rao, Shri Vijayalaxmi Cashews. Mr. Rao is a leading importer-exporter and also works as an international agent for supply of RCN and other commodities. And it is indeed our pleasure to have him on the stage to moderate this session for us. Our next speaker, our next panelist I'm inviting on the stage is the Vice President of Cambodia Cashew Federation, Mr. Tum NOUN. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Inviting next on the stage, the President of OIA Anacarda, Ivory Coast. Under his leadership, the OIA Anacarda has been instrumental in promoting cashew sector, aiming to transform 50% of country's cashew production into finished products by 2025. In recognition of his contributions to agricultural development, he has received the Grand Prize for Agricultural Development at Development Victory Ceremony 2022. Please put your hands up for Mr. Beh Soro. Our next guest on the stage, currently serving as the Secretary General of VINACAS, following his prior roles as Standing Vice President and Secretary General. He holds a master's degree in business administration, and he has played a pivotal role in Vietnam's national project on science and technologies for cashew processing technologies and machineries, achieving outstanding results that modernized Vietnam's cashew processing capabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Mr. Hoang Giang. Inviting next on stage the Chief Curiosity Officer at ComAfrique with over 25 years of experience in international trading across West Africa, specializing in RCN. He is deeply passionate about Africa's growth. Mr. Amrith Kurien on the stage. Our next guest is the director of Anasam Burkina, a cashew processing and marketing company in Burkina Faso. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands up for Mrs. Diallo Kadidia, Interprofessional Cashew Committee of Burkina Faso. SIAB. Inviting next on the stage the Managing Director of Diaoune Agro Industries. He is also the President of Interprofessional of Cashew of Guinea and the Chairman of Diaoune. He has successfully expanded his business of export of RCN to 6 countries in Africa with a volume of export of 40,000 metric tons in a year, and has emerged as a major processing company with a volume of 25,000 metric tons a year. Please put your hands up for Mr. Mohamed Diaoune. And finally, a name that needs no introduction, from India, an entrepreneur and a 4th generation leader in India's cashew processing industry, presently serving as the President of Goa Cashew Manufacturers Association and the Vice President of ICA, head of the Indian Raw Cashew Nut Subcommittee at ICA, and he's actively involved in industry development, working to enhance processing standards, market expansion, and policy advocacy. Please put your hands up for the Vice President, All India Cashew Association, Mr. Rohit Zantye, online with us. Let me hear a round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, with this, I leave this session in the hands of our session's chairperson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the organizers for giving me an opportunity to stand before you all. My work is very easy. It is made very easy by our presentators here, Mr. Suraj Rao and Rahul Kamath, and thereafter our Konate. So they gave all the pictures about the global cashew scenario. Now, my job is to place before you 2025 crop scenario and the outlook of that. Dear friends, if you go 40 years back, the global production of raw cashew nut was 0.6 million tons, global cashew production. And that time, you know, because it is with my experience I am expressing with you, to get connection to a person dealing in the cashew 100 kilometers, 120 kilometers away, we need to wait sometimes 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours to get a lightning call also. That was the time. But now the technology improved to such a level and the global became Dunia Mutti Mein, Indian language, inside our hand, entire global. So how fast it grown from the last 40 years. And especially 1985, it was 0.6 million tons. 1994, global RCN production was 10.1 million ton. And 2005, it is 2.2 million tons. 2015, it is 3.4 million tons. And 2024 or 2023, it is 5.3 million. And 2024, 4.9 million tons. You can find out here, 2005 and 2015, in between 2 years, it is almost 1.2 million ton increase in 10 years, and 2015 to 2014, it is 2 million ton increase in the production of raw cashew nuts. So the presentation made by Suraj Rao, and it is very clear that reaching his 8.5 million tons requirement for 2035 may not be difficult. We can reach the global farmers can get it done. It is possible, but the need is to support them effectively to grow more cashew, and we are all responsible to take care of the interest of the farmers. The basic need of this industry is to support the farmers. So farmers' interest has to be supported in all respects, and all the stakeholders this industry are get ready to support them in any manner when it requires. This is my request. So now we will start with the 2025 crop scenario. We have 6 panelists with the country-wise panelists with us. So we'll start with Cambodia, Mr. Tum NOUN.
Okay, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm very pleased to be here today. And thank you very much for the World Cashew Nut Conference for letting me to have the presentation to talk about the Cambodia cashew production. Yeah. Outlook and review for 2024 and 25. Before talking about the raw cashew nut of Cambodia, I would like to brief about the Cambodia Cashew Federation in Cambodia. Actually, the CCF we established in 2022 and under the Ministry of Commerce. And actually, the CCF, actually, we facilitate and coordinate all the cashew value chain actors in Cambodia. And we are collaborate closely with the government and the development partner and other development agency in Cambodia to promote and develop the Cambodia cashew value chain. And the second thing I want to highlight about the cashew growing area and yield by 2024 of Cambodia. Cambodia has the cashew land cultivation so far is about 580,000 hectares. Yeah, so far. And we are producing in 23 growing provinces in Cambodia, across Cambodia. And we have the total cashew production yield, 824,000 metric tons by 2024. And we have, the average yield 1.4 tons per hectare. This is the average yield of Cambodia. And actually, at the moment, we are the second largest producing country at the moment. And, we projected that, the Cambodia raw cashew nut will increase around 10% by 2025 for this year. And Cambodia, we have, some main varieties, including, the number one's about 23, and we have 4, we have 10 and H09 variety. And, the 23, cover almost 7 to 75%, of the total variety growing in Cambodia. We call M23 the big nuts, you know, the big nut. Like when we do a process, we can get like 160, 180. Yeah, this is the M23. I also to brief about the key Cambodia cashew actor. You know, in Cambodia we have the cashew actor, including the Cambodia Cashew Federation. We have association. We have cashew community and farmer, commercial farmers, and we also have the, you know, called the agricultural cooperative who also produce the cashew production, and also the community protected area, they also produce the cashew production. And we have like the cashew processing facility. Right now, Cambodia has, you know, 44 cashew enterprise and processing in Cambodia. Those, we have 24 cashew processing owned by the agricultural cooperative in Cambodia at the moment. Yeah. I also want to highlight about the Cambodia ocean export from 21 to 24. You know, almost 90% of Cambodia ocean export to Vietnam, and the rest are the local processing and export to another countries, mainly in, to China and India. Yeah, the you know the actual number that we export to Vietnam by 2024, you know, we export, you know, 8,400 metric tons. You know, we export raw cashew nut to Vietnam last year, and the rest we have only a little bit, just 5,000 metric tons for the local process and export, you know, the kernel to another country. Yeah. In terms of the price, you know, I can highlight, you know, the Cambodia ocean price from 2021 to 2024. The price, normally, you know, the average price, 2021, we, you know, Cambodia cashew farmer can sell at the farm gate $1.22 per kg. And the price in 2022, $1.19 per kg at the farm gate, and in 23 farmer can sell $1.30 per kg, and in 2024 farmer can sell $1.16 per kg. And I also want to highlight about the you know, the dry cashew nut. Dry cashew nut can, you know, can be selling in 2024. We sell 1,600 per metric ton for the dry cashew nut. But, you know, Cambodia, we sell the dry cashew nut a little bit. Mainly, we are selling the wet cashew nut. And I also want to tell you, you know, the price in February 2025, the early harvest season, you know, at the farm gate right now, you know, the price is about $1.53 per kg in average. This is, you know, the early season harvesting, the price so high at the moment, yeah. Thank you, that's all for my presentation, thank you, yeah.
Thank you, Tum NOUN. And I request now Dang Ho Giang, Vietnam, to present his views.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be here again, yeah, for the slide on the raw cashew nut crop and development in Vietnam in 2024 and the outlook for 2025. And we're happy to share with you because today Vietnam, actually, we are not the biggest producing country for raw nut, but we are the biggest exporting and producing country for raw nut, yeah. So maybe interest you, yeah, to hear my slide, I think, because it may be boring, yeah, I think, because so many information raw nut this morning. Actually, if you are the ASEAN seller and even trader, yeah, in this room, yeah, you may have a lot of information of the crop all over the world, and especially in Vietnam, update daily, and even hour and hour. We have recently have the unseasoned rains, and also the weather a little bit cooler than last year. So that is fake to the delay on the crop so far. So everyone know, I think. And at this moment, we're waiting for the starting the crop in a couple of weeks. And when I come here, the price of the lot in at the farm gate, I checked with the farmer. That's around 28,000 dong per kilo. And last week and last couple of weeks, it's around 30,000 dong per kilo. And the exchange rate of Vietnam USD and Vietnam remain stable, and it's around 25,500 Vietnam dong per dollars, and remain stable last year and until so far. And for the beginning, I'd like to share some figure. Last year, in 2024, the global casserole nut production, according to the data from INC, reached about more than 5 million metric tons. And Côte d'Ivoire, Cambodia, India, and Vietnam are the one leading producer. And we also would like to share with you some new variety of cashew nut in Vietnam. And we're happy to share a new variety, that is the BP102, besides the variety PN1. Last time we only have the one variety PN1, and the output for a PN1, the kernel size from the WW180, the biggest one. But for the BP102, the biggest kernel is maybe 160. And in terms of export, Vietnam exported over 765,000 metric tons of cashew kernel, with an export of more than 4.6 billion US, accounting for more than 80% of the total global cashew kernel export worldwide. This was 18 consecutive years that Vietnam maintained the world leading exporting country of the kernel. And the United States, China, Singapore, and the Netherlands was among the Vietnamese principal partners, and holding 50.56% stake. And in terms of import, Vietnam import around 2.5 million metric tons of raw nut from Asia and Africa. And we import also the Burma cashew nut, 133,000 metric tons of Burma cashew nut, Burma and also the white kernel. And I think this is highlights the important roles of African and Asian partners. And beyond, Vietnam is the epicenter of the global cashew value chain, I think. Vietnam and India. And in regard to what we have to face, the difficulty last year. In the first session, I already shared with you, we have some very big challenges we have to face in 2024. And the first one, I have to reaffirm that everyone knows having no problem is the biggest problem of all. So in myself, I think problem is good. It's not the negative side. Problem, when we face the problem, we have to find out the good solution. This is a key point here. So having no problem should be the biggest problem. So last year we have to face problem. It's good. It's not bad. And actually, as you know, the policy, disrupting the global cashew nut value chain for both raw cashew nut and also the kernel, and resulting in the price volatility and financial risks. And the biggest one is the temporary export ban on raw cashew nut from Côte d'Ivoire and also from some country in Africa. And also giving priority on the advance by rice to domestic processor by some country in Africa and Côte d'Ivoire. I think it's a difference between the policy between the domestic and the foreign buyer, foreign seller, foreign trader. And so the second problem we indicated here, the high export fee minimum or floor export price, complex licensing process, and restriction on foreign buyer reduce the competitiveness of African markets, for sure. It's not open. And the third one, the excessive market intervention causing inequality and create trade barrier and affecting the stability and long-term development of the local cashew nut industry. We like to request to the producing country to promote trade and sustainable development. VINACAS recommends the import and export regulation, floor price regulation, and licensing procedure should be clear, consistent, predictable, and forecastable, and publicized, accessible. And the party should avoid applying trade restriction, trade barrier. We should open the market to everyone. It's better. And the third one, African country need to promote market opening and strengthen regional and international cooperation, and allowing foreign enterprise to freely participate in the raw cashew nut purchasing process, and also promote competition to ensure fair price for the farmer. The fourth one, VINACAS like to request, we should align all the country in the African should be aligned the policy across the continent to create a unified and sustainable trade environment. We should have one policy for all the continent. It's better than every country has different policy. And the fifth one, VINACAS like to propose that Vietnamese and African government cooperate to sign an agreement on recognition of each other's food safety control system, and making it easily for raw cashew nut in South with origin from Africa to be converted their type in Vietnam, that be able to put into domestic market sale instead of only allowing export production and export processing currently. We like to comment about this. Currently, Vietnam processor only allowed to import raw nut from African and even Burma cashew nut from African country to process and then re-export 100%. We're not allowed to sell domestically. With anyone sell domestically, we've been put into the prison. So it's a problem at this moment. And the key point is a lot of African countries do not have the direct connection with the Vietnam Phyto and Ministry of Agriculture on approve the system of food safety together. So that's why we calling all the stakeholders over here, especially from the African country, to propose the government, quickly propose the government to work with the Vietnamese government on approve of the food safety system together. It's the key point. So enable Vietnamese to have the raw nut able to domestic sale, to have the domestic sale. And the final one, I think for the long-term position, we should, the government, the country in Vietnam and the African country and other one, we should have the bilateral cooperation and signing FTA. This is very important. FTA is an open market for everyone. And we can reduce some barrier. We can reduce the tax tariff and many things. And ladies and gentlemen, the cashew nut industry 2025 facing many opportunities and challenges. And to ensure sustainable development, we need to promote international cooperation and technology innovation and priority transparent and fair policy. And we would like to reaffirm, we should try our best for the cashew nut industry. The harder we work, the luckier we get. And Vietnam commits to be the reliable partner of African country. And together, we're building a sustainable global cashew value chain and bringing benefit to all parties. And this is the upcoming event in Vietnam, very important, the rendezvous for all the stakeholders, Rohit and Kern, all over the world to come. And this year, we would like to welcome all of you over here in the world to the 14th VINACAS Golden Cashew Nut Rendezvous and the VINACAS 35th anniversary, 1990, 2025, in Hanoi in October 2025. And thank you for your attention. And if you have any question, yeah, you connect with me. Yeah, we send slide on the group, and you can send the detail, comment, and many things. And QA, yeah, the moderator will have the QA later on. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Deng. Now I request Amrith Kurien to present about Bissau, Senegal, and Gambia.
Good afternoon, everybody. I think over the next few minutes, I'm hoping to just give you guys an idea on Senegal, Gambia, and Bissau. So before we look at an outlook of 2025, I thought I'll just run through 2024. Every year starts off with a short crop theory story, which happens every year, which the traders keep telling the buyers. And normally it fizzles out at the end. But this time it kind of turned out to be a little true. But it got worse with the ban in Ivory Coast. So that made the markets move suddenly almost $400 up in a very short span. And it actually stayed there. Now, specific to Guinea-Bissau, I just wanted to say, over the last few years, there's been challenges about quality, the kernel color. But due to what happened in 2022, where there was a lot of cashew which flowed into Senegal, the government of Senegal, Bissau, actually did a great job in opening the season up and issuing the export licenses much quicker than what it was, and removed all kinds of bureaucratic hurdles, which really helped Guinea-Bissau. And finally, I've been hearing, after a long time, buyers of Guinea-Bissau actually happy with what they bought. Senegal took a brunt, almost 50% of its, 2023, it had exported almost 150,000 tons. And last year there was almost a 50% shortfall, and that was essentially because Bissau just held back its crop. Gambia, a very small player, so didn't make much of a difference, but this was the review of 2024. This is basically a 3-year production overview. Broadly speaking, Segabi produces around 300,000 tons, plus or minus 10%, and most of it is between Senegal and Gambia. So if you look at the graph, you will see that the blue and the orange add up almost to the same thing. On the outlook of 2025, a lot of question that's been going around is that, how's the crop? I mean, honestly speaking, like what Isa said, nobody knows. And but all things being equal, as of now, it looks perfectly fine. That's how it looks to me. But again, regarding the market and the market sentiment and the price, it's very much going to be decided by Ivory Coast. So that would be the elephant in the room and would decide how things pan out in Bissau especially. But we are hoping that the government of Bissau continues to do what it did before, which is open the season early, remove all kinds of bureaucratic hurdles, and that would really help the season to move smoothly. On the non-trade related factors, Gambia port has been privatized, so that was a port which was not very efficient. We're hoping that would become efficient. Senegal has a new government in place, and they have been wanting to push processing. So there are quite a few rumors going around. We really don't know what exactly it is, but they want to push more processing. They want to go the Ivory Coast way. But unlike Ivory Coast, they do not have the volume. So it will be interesting to see what happens this year. So that ends my session. I'm hoping you got a quick idea of Senegal, Gambia, and Bissau. And thank you.
Thank you, Amrith. So now I request Diallo, Kadidia from Burkina.
Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. Je vous remercie de nous avoir donné cette opportunité de présenter le bilan et les perspectives de production de la noix de cajou au Burkina Faso. Mon plan de présentation va porter sur la présentation de la filière anacarde du Burkina, également sur le bilan de la campagne de commercialisation de la noix de cajou 2024, les perspectives de la campagne 2025, la politique gouvernementale et les attentes des acheteurs. Pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas le Burkina Faso est un pays enclavé situé au cœur de l'Afrique de l'Ouest. Il est entouré par le Mali, le Niger, le Bénin, le Togo, le Ghana et la Côte d'Ivoire. La filière cajou du Burkina est structurée en comité interprofessionnel de l'anacarde du Burkina créé en 2015, qui regroupe 3 fêtières, dont l'Union nationale des producteurs d'anacarde du Burkina, créée en 2013, avec plus de 23 500 producteurs et 650 groupements. Nous avons aussi l'Association nationale des transformateurs d'anacarde du Burkina, créée en 2012, avec plus de 26 unités de transformation membres à nos jours. Nous avons aussi l'Union nationale des commerçants et exportateurs d'anacarde du Burkina, créée en 2016 avec plus de 3000 membres actifs à nos jours. Pour ce qui concerne le bilan de la campagne 2024, en termes de production, nous avons enregistré environ 195 477 tonnes récoltées, pour un KOR moyen de 46 et un rendement moyen de 574 kg à l'hectare. Pour les exportations, nous avons exporté en 2024 plus de 109 000 tonnes de noix de cajou avec un prix pratiqué bord champ compris entre 325 et 425 francs CFA par kilogramme, pour un prix bord magasin pratiqué compris entre 390 et 520 francs CFA par kilogramme, pour un prix moyen à l'exportation de $1 100 par tonne, avec principal pays de destination, l'Inde, le Vietnam, les Émirats arabes unis, le Togo, le Ghana et le Bénin. Pour la transformation, nous avons un taux moyen de transformation d'environ 8%, avec une forte utilisation et commercialisation de la coque de cajou. Pour les perspectives de la campagne 2025, nous avons de bonnes conditions climatiques favorables à une augmentation de la production, avec l'extension des superficies cultivées et une entrée en production des vergers de nouvelles zones. Nous espérons récolter environ 250 000 tonnes de noix, soit un taux d'accroissement de 27,8% pour la campagne 2025, avec un KOR moyen de 46. Pour la transformation, nous comptons accroître la transformation de 37 500 tonnes, soit un taux de 15%. Et pour les exportations de la noix brute, nous comptons environ exporter 200 000 tonnes de noix. Pour ce qui concerne la politique gouvernementale, nous avons des appuis institutionnels, notamment le Conseil burkinabé de l'ANACAD, CBA, qui est devenu le Conseil burkinabé des filières agro, sylvo-pastorales et halieutiques, qui régule le marché et appuie les fêtières en termes de subventions. Aussi, le CBF met à la disposition un fonds de soutien pour l'acquisition d'équipements, de certification et de matières premières pour les unités de transformation. Nous avons également l'Institut de l'environnement et de la recherche, l'INERA, qui fait la recherche et la formation pour le développement du matériel végétal amélioré. Aussi, nous avons l'IRSAT, qui est l'Institut des sciences appliquées et technologies, qui appuie aussi la transformation, notamment sur l'amélioration de la qualité et la technologie. Nous avons aussi le Centre national des semences forestières, qui met à la disposition des semences améliorées. En termes de régulation du marché, nous avons une autorisation spéciale d'exportation sur la noix brute de cajou. Nous avons également un prélèvement sur l'exportation de la noix brute de cajou qui est de 25 francs CFA par kilogramme. Nous avons également fixé un prix plancher bord champ pour la campagne 2025 qui est de 385 francs CFA par kilogramme. Nous avons également un agrément pour la commercialisation de la noix brute de cajou adossé à un cahier de charges pour 2025. Donc, en termes d'attente des acheteurs, nous souhaitons une contractualisation avec la définition de prix périodiques stables et un octroi de préfinancement par les exportateurs. Merci pour votre aimable attention.
Thank you, Diallo. Now I request Beh Soro to present on IVC.
Bonjour tout le monde. Je voudrais déjà m'excuser. Une telle présentation n'était pas prévue en slide. Je m'explique. Nous sommes ici devant vous pour rassurer les uns et les autres, c'est-à-dire l'ensemble des acteurs, de la disponibilité en termes de production, en termes de durabilité au niveau du cajou en Côte d'Ivoire. Mais cette durabilité dont je fais cas, elle est l'objet de l'effort de plusieurs personnes à compter du président de la République, son Excellence Alassane Ouattara, qui a déployé une politique de durabilité depuis les années 2013, précisément en septembre 2013. Cette politique s'est manifestée à travers ce que nous appelons les réformes. Et donc ces réformes qui ont été mises en place, surtout instaurées, sur présentation du Conseil Coton Anaka, dont je salue le directeur général, M. Berté Mohamed et son PCA, M. Kadidia. Ces réformes de septembre 2013 ont fait évoluer la production en termes de productivité et de qualité en Côte d'Ivoire. Je vais vous épargner plusieurs éléments. Mais avant d'arriver à l'effet de ces réformes sur la production, je voudrais quand même vous faire l'état de la production avant les réformes, c'est-à-dire avant le déploiement de la politique qui a été mise en place par l'État de Côte d'Ivoire à travers le Conseil Coton et Anacad. Pour rappel, l'Anacad a été introduite en Côte d'Ivoire, précisément dans le grand nord du pays, pour répondre aux besoins écologiques. Par conséquent, les plans qui ont été réceptionnés étaient du tout venant par des plans sélectionnés, donc aucune observation des bonnes pratiques n'avait été faite en son temps. Et donc, ce qui nous amène à une production en termes de productivité, un rendement de 300 kg à l'hectare avec un KOR moyen d'autour de 46. Mais après, c'est-à-dire après la réforme, les réformes du moins de 2013, les choses ont beaucoup évolué. Les choses ont beaucoup évolué au tel point que nous avons doublé notre production qui est passée en 2012 de 450 000 tonnes à 1 250 000 tonnes en 2023. La productivité qui était de 300 kg l'hectare avant les réformes est passée à 600 kg à l'hectare en 2023-2024. Et le KOR moyen, avant les réformes qui étaient d'environ 46, est passé aujourd'hui à 48, avec des projections de plus de 50, disons de 48 sur 2025, avec une ouverture de campagne qui se fait observer à 51 et plus en termes de KOR. C'est vrai, je parlais tout à l'heure de durabilité de la filière. Pour qu'il y ait une durabilité de la filière, il faut forcément qu'il y ait la production. Il faut que nos exploitations soient rentables. Et donc le Conseil coton en ACAD, qui met en œuvre la politique de notre État de Côte d'Ivoire, en plus de cela, avec l'assistance du Conseil, disons du fonds qu'on appelle le FIRCA, qui est un fonds dédié à la recherche et au conseil agricole, bien entendu avec l'appui et l'assistance de l'ensemble des acteurs, nous travaillons pour les années à venir à renforcer la productivité sans forcément étendre nos superficies. Je m'explique. Désormais, l'ensemble des vergers vieillissants qui ont fait l'objet d'introduction en Côte d'Ivoire avant la réforme, donc qui n'ont pas observé les bonnes pratiques agricoles, seront réhabilités. Donc on n'aura plus besoin en Côte d'Ivoire de forcément étendre ces superficies, mais plutôt renforcer la productivité en termes de réhabilitation du moins des vergers vieillissants, de sorte à pouvoir accroître leur rendement. On voudrait aussi également adapter les vergers, les exploitations agricoles de l'ANACAD aux autres cultures intercalaires, comme le soja, qui est une culture bio. Tout cela contribue à améliorer, on va dire, le revenu du producteur. La noix brute est le seul produit pour le moment qui est très valorisé sur l'anacadier. On voudrait également passer à la valorisation de la pomme pour permettre aux producteurs de stimuler leurs revenus à la hausse. Sans oublier que l'exploitation agricole pour un producteur, surtout pour l'anacade, est très pénible, tant à la production qu'à la récolte. Et donc le Conseil coton anacade, sous présentation du projet par l'ensemble des acteurs, a souhaité nous accompagner dans la mécanisation de l'exploitation agricole, tant à la production qu'à la récolte, de sorte à pouvoir alléger sinon la pénibilité de l'exploitation aux producteurs d'anacade. La filière, pour parler de filière, il faut qu'il y ait la compétitivité en termes de structuration. La structuration pour nous est un élément essentiel et ça a été l'un des axes importants qui a été développé lors des réformes de 2013. Donc cette réforme qui permet pour nous de renforcer la compétitivité de notre filière à l'étranger sera aussi un moyen favorable pour réaliser la majeure partie des projets à l'endroit des producteurs de Côte d'Ivoire. C'est comme la certification qui peut aussi générer une prime. Et en conclusion, je voudrais inviter les uns et les autres à observer, on va dire, un bon regard à l'endroit de l'ensemble des producteurs, d'abord sur le plan mondial, mais en Côte d'Ivoire. Je précise, la Côte d'Ivoire est le premier producteur mondial. Et aujourd'hui, le Conseil coton anacade, depuis janvier, a reconnu cela. Le Conseil coton anacade a reconnu les efforts du producteur. Nous avons parlé tout à l'heure de la mécanisation parce que l'exploitation agricole de l'anacade est très pénible. Et donc, pour récompenser les efforts du producteur, le Conseil coton anacade a instauré ce que nous appelons les journées qui sont dédiées aux producteurs du coton et de l'anacade. Et cela a été fait en janvier passé. C'est vrai, la première récompense pour le producteur, c'est le prix. Comme on le dit d'habitude, le meilleur engrais pour un producteur, c'est le prix. Mais en même temps, en tant que producteur, on souhaiterait que cette récompense aille au-delà du prix. De la même manière que le Conseil coton anacade a instauré des journées pour récompenser les producteurs, il faut que les WCC se penchent un peu sur cette question en prévoyant comment on appelle, récompenser les producteurs dans les prochaines éditions, de sorte à pouvoir les motiver à leur exploitation. Je vous remercie.
Thank you, Ben. I request Mohamed Diaoune to present on Guinea.
We thank WCC for this opportunity of great exchange between all the stakeholders of the cashew industry. I'm Mohamed Diaoune. I'm the president of the cashew sector in Guinea. And I think this is a good opportunity for our Vietnamese buyers and Indian buyers to know a little more about Guinea crop. Last year, Guinea exported 260,000 metric tons. We were expecting between 200 to 230 metric tons. But in 2024, those numbers drastically changed. You can see our numbers here in 2024. Guinea exported about 182,000, with Vietnam exporting 80,000 and India 82,000. Other countries also did around 20,000. The local processing is very low in Guinea, is only about 5%. There's only one processing factory, which is our factory, Diaoune Agro Industrie. So there's a very good investment opportunity in Guinea, because for now there's no competition in the processing. And the production is growing at a very good rate. There's a lot of new plantations, and there's a lot of new initiatives from the private sector and the government to try to encourage productivity, competitiveness of the price, and a lot of incentives for taxes, similar to what Ivory Coast is doing. So we encourage investors, either Vietnamese, Indians who have the technology and the power to capacity to come and invest in processing in Guinea. The average price last year was around 1,300. The forecast for the 2025, the weather conditions are pretty stable. We expect the crop to be normal. When I mean normal, going back between 180 to 200,000, because the 260,000 in 2023 was basically due to the fact that there was a export ban, difficulties in export in Guinea-Bissau. So we saw a lot of increase in the product of bouquet. So that means really the whole production was not really from Guinea. So this year you should expect around 200,000 tons from Guinea. And the projected price, the negotiations are starting around 1,500. That might change because Ivory Coast is opening the export a little bit late this year. So we are seeing a lot of interest from exporters coming from India and Vietnam. The market is pretty much filled up now with buyers. To talk a little bit about the quality, as you know, most of the buyers know, there's the quality of cancan that is closer to the Ivory Coast border, and the quality of bouquet that is closer to Bissau. The cow hair on bouquet side is higher. The beginning of the season is between 48 to 49 lbs. And on the cancan side, it ranges from 45 to 47 at the beginning of the season. The two different origins are quite different in terms of specifications. The cancan product is true that the quality is a little lower than the bouquet side, but for processors who keep the stock for a long time. Cancan is very suitable. When it's dry, you can buy the same outturn can stay for the whole year without no variation. The one from bouquet side, normally at the end of the season, the quality can drop. So in that side of the area, people really rush to collect very fast. This is the image of some kernels that we process in our factory in Guinea. We have buyers here in the Middle East, in Europe. People really like the quality of Guinea kernels. They are very white and very uniform, as you can see in the image. For the government policies and logistic challenges, there will be, you should expect some changes this year in Guinea, although they are not 100% confirmed yet, in terms of taxes that will be added to improve the quality and support the supply chain at the image of Ivory Coast that is doing a great job. Of course, normally controlling the quality in Africa will come with price. So you should expect some changes coming this year in terms of the way the trading was normally done and also in terms of the taxes. For logistics, no major changes. The currency is stable. There's no variation. And the export procedures are fairly easy. And the only difference you should see this year, there will be some type of agreement, like in Ivory Coast, for exporters to be registered to encourage traceability and sustainability, like everybody has been talking about. So in Guinea, this year we are expecting a very good season. The crop should be normal. The 2,000 ton, we are sure, will be confirmed. And to close, my presentation here, I wanted to let all the participants understand that there's always a trade war between buyers and suppliers, government entities. But we are all one body, and the most important thing is to make our industry sustainable. And for the African side, we are really trying to imitate what Ivory Coast is doing to at least take the Guinea production and higher, and the processing rate at least to 30% by 2030. And thank you.
Thank you, Mohamed. And our last, Rohit Zantye from India, he is joining online with us. Stick on to raw material situation, the status only.
Well, this is the figures of area under cultivation. We have of the last 5 years and also the Indian crop for the last 5 years. Please note that 2024 was the Indian cashew crop. What is mentioned here is the estimate as per DCCD, and we are all aware that 2024 was a short crop. If you look at the last 5 years, the area under cultivation, which was at 1.1 million hectares, has almost been the same. We have not been able to add substantial area. And the crop in 2020 was around 700,000 metric tons, which was estimated to reach around 800,000 metric tons last year, but it was less. That happens to be around 3% CAGR increase in the Indian crop in the last 5 years. Well, we have 16 Indian states or provinces which grow cashew, but majority of the Indian cashew crop comes from 6 provinces or states, with state of Maharashtra leading the pack at 25% of the crop, followed by Andhra and Orissa at around 16 to 17%. And the remaining 3 other major players are the 3 southern Indian states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala all at around 10% each. Well, as I put up in the first slide, the 800,000 tons was the estimate, but we at ICA, we think that last year's crop was around 625,000 to 650,000 metric ton. There was a 25 to 30% short crop across all the states. Specifically, the high yield varieties were mostly affected, with some farmers reporting upwards of 40% shortage in crop. Also, what happens is, was last year there was low yield as well as prices were low. This further exaggerated the lower collection because farmers didn't venture into areas where the crop was less or the yields were low. This is because India has monsoons from June till October, November, and after that the farmers have to clear the farms, which cost almost 7,000 rupees per hectare of area, and the collection on an average, the farmers have to spend around 8,000 to 10,000 per hectare. 2024 was a very bad year for farmers with both low prices and low yields. Well, the outlook for 25 looks good. India has cashews growing on both the east coast and the west coast. With the west coast, the crop starting in mid of Feb going up till the onset of monsoons, that is May end or June first week. And the east coast, the crop starts in end of March and going up to June. Well, as of now, the flowering and the climate looks very favorable. And at ICA, we estimate the local crop at 750 to 800,000 tons this year. With good prices and good yield, we further expect the collection to improve. Later on in the season, we expect the prices, which has started very high, to be determined by the available liquidity, the support which comes from cashew kernel, and arrival of imported raw cashew into the country. We expect the prices to correct anywhere between 10 to 15% by end of April. Well, let me brief you what we are trying to do at ICA. As you are all aware, ICA was formed last year, and we have a subcommittee called as, in the name of Indian Raw Cashew, and I'm heading that. Our president, Shri Rahul Kamath, has given us a target of at least touching 1 million tons of raw cashew in India and also increasing the farmer incomes in the next 4 years. For this, let me briefly jot down, mention what we plan to do is come up with an all India national scheme by taking out the best features of each state, and hopefully we should be able to increase the area under cultivation. In each province or district, we plan to identify progressive farmers and along with the local engineering colleges conduct case studies on them. We also plan in developing video resources for farmers on plantation, cashew cultivation and pest management. Also, it is very important that we increase the number of accredited nurseries so that the good quality or authentic saplings are available to the farmers across the country. Hope I have completed my presentation in time. Any questions later on, I'm happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Zantye. This session is for practical knowledge. Many of our people are very much eager to hear what will going to happen this year. So what will be the price, what will happen, how to speculate and so many other things. Hearing all these things and discussing with my all counterparts in all the origins, I would like to express my views here that the next 15 days is very crucial for us. Because if the weather condition continues for the next 15 days, then everything will be on track. So everybody predicts that this year will be a normal crop. Normal crop means if it is based on 2023, then the crop, it has to go to again 53 lakh tons global. Or if you take 23 as normal, the normal increase of 5 to 6%, another 3 lakh tons, it will go to 56 lakh tons. And last year's another 5 to 6%, it may go to 5.9 million tons. That possibilities are also there because the way in 22 and 23 the crop gone up is, we have seen all those things. The nature is always very kind enough. Only we have to make use of the situations very properly. Because the trees once planted, keep on every year, keep on giving more and more, more and more. The problem arises the unstable pricing. And we have seen in the last 2 years while traveling all over Africa, even last year beginning also, we have seen some good crops there. But there was some shortage because of the price fall, and that time lot of materials, it is not picked properly on time. Now everywhere, even Africa, literacy is going up. So it is not easy to have labor, because you can travel in African interior places, you see lot of schools and colleges are running with full of students. So that means we need to maintain a stable price for the raw material, RCN. Then only we can expect a good, stable supply of raw materials also. Another thing, our Suraj Rao and Rahul, they mentioned about 2035 position, around 77.5 million tons or 8.5 million tons. We need to work every year 5 to 6% increase. That means in the next 10 years, our global production we have to take to 85 lakh metric tons to feed the need of the cashew kernel consumption. Now, who will share this 40% increase? Because we are seeing some of the origins. Example, Burkina Faso, Guinea, Senegal, Bissau and Gambia. These are all almost stable every year. Maybe small 5,000 tons, say 10,000 tons. The responsibility to increase this crop with whom then? Again, the Ivory Coast, they are increasing their origin product processing to 6.6 lakh tons as per CONATE. And if it is happened, then you have the responsibility of feeding to the other part of the globe. So I expect Ivory Coast to continue their planting more cashew, grow more cashews. Ghana is having very good opportunity. If you travel in Ghana, the last 5-6 years, entire northern portion of the Ghana area is changed, weather condition is changed, and lot of crop is also coming there. And these two, especially Ghana and Ivory Coast, they need to work more on increasing cashew, raw cashew nut, and especially Cambodia is increasing the crop, but Vietnam, as per my friend, is telling that it may not cross more than 4 lakh tons per year. Then the last chance given to India only. India is having a lot of chance to increase the production, but the groundwork is not properly taken care. But now lot of government departments and associations came forward to increase the production. And while addressing our Suraj Rao mentioned about that carbon credit, it is already started in India. This year I got connection with some of the companies who are organizing for getting that carbon credit. It is because most of the companies, corporate companies or manufacturing companies, need to contribute to this through ASR to reduce this carbon problem. So they are working on us. Exact position I will be able to give you in the next year, because that program is like that. They will get funds from the companies. They need volume of plantations for that. On the base of that, they will share whatever amount they are getting, their share 50%, 60% with the farmers, and those who are initiating for making growing more cashews, for them also they are ready to share. So if these developments will work properly, automatically there is a chance to increase to the expected level the raw cashew nut production. So at the end, I would like to make some small my opinions regarding the responsibility of each of us. And you might have seen here from the beginning, almost from 23 years, I am participating in this conference. Initially, we were seeing a lot of processors, lot of kernel buyers were participating in these conferences. But today you can see that more than 60 or 70% are traders only. Processors participation is very less, and kernel buyers participation is also very less. So we need to focus on this. And this process, why processors are not participating in this means unstable situation for them. For that we need to work on that. We need to have a stable market situation. That means we have to minimize the speculations. We need to support the farmers properly. We need to support the processors properly. And we need to give good service to the end customers, end consumers with good quality. And if everything taken care, I think this industry will run very smoothly. And the God always disposes. As per nature, nature never fails. Only we have to make good use of nature. So I conclude this session, and I thank all the panelists for this. One more observation is hence the West African countries are concentrating on more and more processing. The second part, October to December, producing countries, ASEAN produced countries also need to support to the global supply channel. At present, maybe 20 to 25% from East Africa, Indonesia, and maybe Brazil to some extent. We are getting the crop. We need to increase that crop. And this year, actually, the global last year, what we were expecting that 15 to 20% shortage was there, but at the end, it came down to almost 8 to 10%. And another thing was the kernel was low last year, yield was lower. That also added another 3 to 5% shortage. So altogether, previous 2023, we had 4 to 5 lakh ton excess crop. And if that carry forward, everything is over now. Now the situation in the market is kernel availability is neck to neck only, no excess availability of kernels. So hereafter, the real activity will start from the next 10 to 15 days. That's what I hope. So I wish all the participants to take good messages from this session, and very happy to see this time that from the beginning concentrating on raw cashew nut from the farmers level. That is very important to survive this industry. We need to take care about the interest of the farmers. And I express my view to the organizers that the day, let the day will come that farmers also have the opportunity to have the conference like this. The consumers also let them have the opportunity to have the conference like this. That means we need to grow to such a higher level, and at par with the farmers, we need to work more on this industry. So once again, thank you each and everybody. I took only 5 minutes extra from the stipulated time. So thank you everybody for patience hearing and cooperation from the panels. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. K. N. Rao. Your time efficiency is much appreciated, sir.